Well, ladies and gentlemen, once again, you're welcome to our studio today. And this would be our workshop from our professionals in cybersecurity. And today you will have a sprint of 6 workshops where you'll find about the new threats which we have in the ever-changing digital world. And you will have as a part of our platform to ask questions to our speakers. And at the end of our workshops, each of the workshops, we will be attempting to provide answers to. And today, right now, you can see on our web platform, we have 2 parallel online streams from our workshops. Right now, you can see 2 inserts. Number 1 in the second flow, we have the second We have the second stream, and if you push this insert, we have a session with Alexey Maltsev, the engineer of the Forti service, dedicated to the standard problems and issues when integrating FortiGate. Dear online audience, you can choose one of the two streams and to ask questions to our speakers. Also in our studio, we launched the very first workshop dedicated to the one from the Fortinet, Alexey Maltsev, the senior system engineer of the Fortinet. Alexey, let's welcome him. The floor is yours.
Прошу, вам слово. Добрый день, уважаемые коллеги. Меня зовут Алексей Мальцев. Я системный инженер компании.
Afternoon, dear colleagues. I'm the system engineer of Fortinet. I would like to thank all of those who have joined our online broadcast and who are here with us today. Well, my today's presentation, I would like to split it into two parts. First of all, I would like to share about the Fortinet approach to building the territorial distributed data networks, and also about the advantages that you get when you choose SD-WAN technology from Fortinet. As a part of this presentation, we'll be talking about the major updates, achievements, and basically lines of developments of our products. The second part of my presentation will be dedicated to the newest concept, which had been offered by Gartner, called Secure Access Service Edge, SASE. And this concept, Secure Access Service Edge, it's providing the protection services using these tools and mechanisms and solutions based in the cloud. And the main idea is the final part of this. This would be the service edge, access to services in the edge. Well, let's begin to talk about the SD-WAN by Fortinet. Well, generally speaking, it is considered that the SD-WAN was first developing on the US market of telecom, where the cost of the dedicated MPLS connections was very high and upgrading was done very seldomly, while the throughput capacity was very low. And due to that, there was a need in some kind of alternative technology which would utilize the internet connection, but with the same guaranteed apps delivery and with the same criteria of evaluating the quality of the connection. And this trend, this tendency, has been caught up by many high-tech companies and startups alike. Many of the known implementations today of SD-WAN create the so-called overlay. This overlay consisting of a lot of transports from the different transport, which could be NPLS connections. This could be broadband internet access to connect to the operators of the 4G mobile telecoms, tunnel VPN, which is built upon this transport, and many other channels. And due to the intellectual balancing of applications and the assessing quality of channels, this is how you provide the reliable traffic delivery to the point of destination. On this slide, you can see the very brief and very specific description of the Fortinet approach to building these SD-WAN solutions. And also on this slide, you can see the key aspects, which will be the focus of my today's presentation. Our solution is based on the advanced network stack using the protocols of the dynamic routing, and as well as the principles of the initial deployment, configuration, detailing, setting up policies. They make sense and they're available to our clients. So it is not a surprise that as of today, over 30,000 clients and the telecom operators have chosen our solution for the purposes of SD-WAN. By doing that, currently the company is the fastest growing SD-WAN solution supplier. It's basically 100% of the growth year to year. As of today, we made it into the top 3 SD-WAN solution supplier on the One Edge technology market. It testifies that the strategy of development and innovations have been chosen right. Well, you may ask me what kind of innovations I'm talking about. I'm speaking about these innovations which we promote in the FortiASIC acceleration modules, which are the perfect scenario to build the remote office or branch, and also about the development of the FortiOS operation system, which in the last update included over 100 improvements. All of this is reflected in reports of the analytical agencies. and in practical test runs by the different laboratories and real testimonies of our clients. Talking about our clients, we can see a big increase in interest to the SD-WAN technologies from clients and customers who have a wide area network, and they have some branches and offices in different locations. And first of all, this would be the retails, industrial sector, financial services, and of course, telecom operators. And next, I would like to briefly touch on the main motivators of the technology development and those drivers which are pushing the solution forward. And this will be some kind of compilation of requirements from our clients and customers. And you may notice maybe some of these requirements will be very relevant to you. And of course, cutting CapEx and operational expenses, which may be obtained due to moving from the expensive channels and doing away from using a lot of expensive equipment, which is function as a network safety WAN optimization, and replacing all this hardware to the one unit which will be installed in your branch office. And next, this would be getting efficient networks and the increased quality of the network applications operations and overall reliability of your network. You can see increasing visibility of what is going on in the network and business development due to expansion when you can provide the services to remote locations using this kind of technology. Still, what is the main obstacle to the development of the SD-WAN projects? According to the many surveys in the industry, it is information security along with the productivity and the cost are the main concerns of our clients. And again, we're talking not only about the security related to the building security tunnel, but also about the traffic inspection, which is coming out from the location, control and inspection for different threats, because very often the scenarios of the SD-WAN implementations related to connecting to the global internet network. And due to that, initially, the idea was that SD-WAN will be developing as the network technology, but now more and more they say that it's going to be developing with a close integration with the information security. So let's consider four main architectures which could be relevant for this kind of approach. And number one would be when we use SD-WAN solution and the safety functions as a separate device. In this kind of approach, you have to pay attention to many consoles, many devices, overall quite a big cost. And this is the possibility of duplicating functions and so forth. These would be the complexities related to administrating and managing this kind of concept. The option number two, this would be an SD-WAN with the integrated security functions. 90% of these kind of solutions will have the simple packet firewall, and the practical application of which is quite limited. Next, option number three, SD-WAN with cloud services of safety and security when we send our traffic or the traffic of our remote location to the cloud for filtration and inspection. And in this scenario, it is recommended to pay attention to any latencies and delays of the cloud and availability of services which can be offered to you by the security provider. Next, option number four. Option number four, it is when these kind of advanced SD-WAN functions are integrated into the modern gateway and kernel of any infrastructure and in the firewall of the next generation. And basically, these are the mechanisms of the automatic quality and the links unification and secure traffic delivery to the user. In our observation, it is option number four. Now has the most popular demand. More and more clients and customers are using this approach of the secure SD-WAN. And according to the Gartner, in the next several years, many more clients are going to be migrating towards SD-WAN with the cloud services. Well, this kind of capability will become available with announcing our new solution, which will be called FortiSASE since the next month. It will be offered to the market. Next, now I would like to talk about the five key aspects which specify SD-WAN by our company. And first of all, SD-WAN will be the built-in functionality for the FortiOS operating system. It is not licensed. It is not calculating the number of clients and tunnels, which will be coming into the overlay sessions and so forth. We believe that the SD-WAN functionality should be working along with a wide spectrums of defense mechanisms, such as firewalls, antivirus checks, web filtration, the securing from the network attacks, and also the inspections of the encrypted traffic, because the work of the mechanism on the SD-WAN depends on the capability of the high productivity encrypted traffic. All of this is available in our solution named FortiGate. If you look into the FortiGate, and any customer with any number of branches of any size and scope can select a right solution for them, since our gateways have been working mostly on the hardware acceleration modules. And one of the examples would be the latest chip, which is positioned as the first ever chip dedicated for the locations, remote locations, SD-WAN, SD branch, because when the chip was being developed, they put special capabilities. One of them would be the opportunity to build the high productivity VPN tunnels, and also the inspection of traffic on the high speeds, and capability of the hardware processing of traffic from the controllers and the access points to the controllers, which is also relevant with implementation of SD branch. I'm not going to elaborate on all functional capabilities which have been added to the latest releases of our operational system. It's evolving. I want to simply highlight the capability and the mechanism which is very, very popular right now. And this would be building VPN networks and using communications directly between the remote branches, even if they are above the devices, and you can also monitoring the quality of communication between the remote branches. This kind of approach to building a network was very, very popular with our clients and customers. Next, my second point is the possibility of consolidating services at a remote location. This kind of approach we call SD branch. If WAN channels are needed to ensure the transport connectivity with the public clouds, with the central locations, then within the local area networks, you may need some additional services such as ensuring the wired or wireless access for our clients, employees, and guests. As you may be aware, this FortiGate gateway has a controller of the access points, controller of the communicators, so you can build up any number of access points. You can find just the right amount for your organization. This would be IP telephony, will be video surveillance, and integration with sandboxes for the remote users and administrators. You can actually connect two-factor authentication. You can also profile an automatic assignment of a specific node according to its specifications. Now you can do this for any segments, because the FortiGate is playing as a sentries and actually can do automatic profiling. In conclusion, I would like to point out here that FortiExtender, these are the gateways which are capable of enhancing mobile signal if the gateway is located in the weak signal area, or they can act as a backup connection, backup channel, that is. Next, item number 3, it will be the capability of using extended database of the regular apps for categorization and for choosing the right connectivity for them. And here we're talking not only about just a regular balancing and routing based on IP addresses, but also you can detect those applications on the 7 or layer 7. And of course, the database is being updated and renewed by the most popular applications. Well, administrators have the quality tracing tools. You can measure different characteristics of the communications, such as latency and loss, and many others. And based on the rules, which are created by the admin, you can do the balancing. For those administrators where you need dynamic broadband management, you can have all the respective mechanisms and controls. Next, item number 4, it's a capability of the centralized management. We believe that the management system, by policies, by rules, SD-WAN managing network topology should be done from the single window. And in this case, this window will be FortiManager. It's a central management system which can be deployed both on the side of a client and also in the cloud. And this system is scaled up to quite big sizes, capabilities, so any client would be able to select whatever right scope and scale would be them, and to use this for the automatic deployment, minimizing mistakes on the stage of building your network. And of course, administrators have also monitoring tools. And now we're talking about capabilities of looking at the status of your networks in the real time, your channels, and also you can do historic analysis and study wherever you could have the biggest problems in your network. You also have different kind of widgets, very comfy, and also notifications in case you have the decreased parameters and characteristics. Another specification is the automatic deployments. Not always you have the capability to get the device ready and to send them to this kind of remote location. You cannot always find the highly qualified network engineer who being in the local branch would be able to do the initial setup and the device configuration. And in this situation, we have the zero-touch provisioning, ZTPs, which enables us, having connected this device to the network and given the power, you can get automatically all the setups, initial setups, and you can quickly deploy the remote office into operation. Next would be analytical reports and the testing trials. Right now on the market, there are about 80 solutions of SD-WAN. And I'll tell you as users how you users can make up your mind which will be the most suitable for you. Again, we see some test labs and analytical agencies, and I would like to give you the latest news. Yesterday, we got the latest report available of the Gartner Analytical Agency for 2020 for one-edge solutions, and these solutions describing SD-WAN class type of units. And according to this report, in the secure SD-WAN, we are among the leaders, and we have confirmed as a Fortinet that we can comply with all the requirements of our customers. We can solve the challenges which we are facing, and we have the right vision of the market according to the initial concept, according to the SD-WAN concept. According to Gartner, SD-WAN solution should be included into any project. It should be in the short list of any project according to these themes and topics. But while Gartner is evaluating solutions in terms of their analytical capabilities and the market vision and complying with the client's requirements, NSS Labs is doing an actual hands-on test, and they're emulating very typical typologies when the several remote subsidiaries are connecting to the central hub, and they're emulating different malfunctions and launching the voice and video traffic, and they're estimating how quickly you can deploy a branch in case if you have such a goal. And I have to know that throughout 2 years, the Fortinet company has been the only vendor for the network security, which have received recommended status and the very high evaluations when working on the malfunctions for the voice and video traffic. And what's interesting to know that according to the cost of ownership, we are better than the next competitors by several orders of magnitude. Next, part 2. Here I would like to mention and talk about providing the security services in the cloud. And first of all, I would like to dwell on some key aspects which we believe to be, and according to the industry, developed to this kind of concept offered by Gartner, SASE. And 90% of organizations migrated or are ready to migrate cloud-based solutions. And due to that, we have the different locations of our data which have to be safeguarded. And next, this would be remote workers, employees. While before the pandemic, only 10% of organizations have been ready to provide workplaces for remote employees. Now, we have 25% of the companies who are ready to do that. And for this kind of remote staff, irrespective of where they are, could be at home, at the cafeteria, or on a business trip, they have to be provided the same level of access and the same security measures as if they would be in the basic network. The Gartner company also believes that the approach to carrying out security operations when the center of the data processing, when the data centers could be the attraction points of the users of the data, they will be moving into the past because they'll be standing in the way of the company's digital transformation. And those suppliers will be competitive, will be able to provide the security services in clouds. And this terminology, SASE, Secure Access Service Edge, by Gartner. Gartner defines that, speaking about these kind of services and solutions, that could be a wide pool of solutions, beginning with the firewalls and the proxy services, mechanisms of the content isolation of the web browser, web application firewall, and many other services like that. But the main and the basic component here would be SD-WAN as the key component, because again, the goal of delivering traffic to the cloud service still remains relevant, and we have to use reliable mechanisms to make sure that we supply traffic to these remote offices or site for their cleansing. You know that throughout 20 years, we have been providing the high productivity safety gateways. 8 years ago, we provided virtual machines for the private and public clouds. And with buying opaque networks, now we have solutions which we can provide in cloud. And this has become available because now we got specialized orchestration portals and policy preparation portals. This could be a very wide network of companies who have the presence in all continents. They have the peer relations with many popular service providers and this content operators, telecom operators with public and private clouds. And in doing this, you are basically one digital hub away from all these remote destination points. And we are attempting minimal latencies for our clients. And this also would be those clients who are enabling to use the traffic to the distributed network. All these capabilities became available with buying the opaque networks company and along with its technical capabilities. So our clients today, they can have a choice. If you want to use local security solutions, here we would choose the security gateway, which will be acting as SD-WAN with the functions of and mechanism protections which have been activated. While if you would like to use a different approach of the cloud filtration, we can also provide you the gateways SD-WAN, which will be acting or working on the reliable traffic delivery to the cloud. And then the cleaning will be done in the cloud. And for remote employees or users, for that matter, there is an agent which will also working on the current issues and challenges. So we can provide the integrated approach to our clients. And in conclusions, why SD-WAN and why Fortinet specifically? We are providing the high productivity gateways, the wide range of services available to you both locally and globally in the cloud. And we give you best in class the cost of the cost efficiency and cost of ownership. I'm done. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you, Alexey. And could you please take your seat right here, because we do have some questions from our online portal. So the question is, would it be possible to combine interface of the SD-WAN to the zones to, I'm sorry for maybe mispronouncing this question. Can we create rules M? Thank you for your questions. Yes, we do have such an opportunity because now we have special zones with the latest software updates, which enables you to group your interfaces within those zones and to manage traffic according to the interface policies. Thank you. Do we have any other questions? Maybe somebody from the audience, maybe some online questions? Well, thank you once again, Alexey, and have a great day. Thank you. Let's give a round of applause to Alexey.